Hey there, everybody. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of the Guitarist Corner. We've got in the co-captains chairs tonight, we got Mr. Butch Jones. We got Sean Tonar. We've got Guitar Hack. We've got, for the first time on the show, Mr. Eric Porter. You know him from In the Prog Seat. And Jim Bacchi in the upper left-hand corner right next to me here. So we're going to continue on with our little fun dip into our favorite riffs by decades. Yeah, favorite rips. I like those rips, right? Those cranking rips. They're always count on them. No, riffs we're talking about. We did the 60s last month. We're doing the 70s this month. We're each going to be giving you our 10 favorite riffs. We'll have some honorable mentions at the end. And kind of like Sean was saying before we started taping, hopefully between the six of us, we're going to cover a lot of the great riffs that are out there. I'm sure we're going to have some overlap here and there, but that's okay. So we're going to go Butch, Sean, Hack, Eric, Jim, and myself. Everybody just give your number 10. We'll go to number 9, and then we'll go all the way through till we get to number 1. So,
we're going around?
Yeah, we're going around. We'll just do it. This will be like, what do you call it? Lightning round. So it's just boom, 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 boom. So what do you got for number 10?
Well, I didn't even put them in order because that would hurt.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'll say this before we even get going. If you guys know me by now, I wear my heart on my sleeve. It pains me if I don't put something in. I'm not cheating this time like I normally do. I normally do the Pardo thing and put 2 in there. So, but this is for me. This is nothing about like the greatest of all time. These are my favorite. So put that out there, okay? Geez, where do I start then? So I'll start with this one then. 1971, Steve Howe, Long Distance Runaround from Yes.
Nice. Did not expect that.
No, you did not.
Very cool.
I love that riff. That's one of the ones that I had to take some time and try to figure that out. That's a really cool riff. So yeah, I'll start with that as number 10.
Cool. Good start. Sean.
Well, while we're in this prog mode, I'm going to go with Watcher of the Skies from Genesis. You know, I said before, I'm a sucker for a good one-note kind of staccato riff, and that's one of the best.
Did not expect that one either. Cool. We're off to an interesting start. All right. Hack.
Oh, man, I'm okay. This is completely left field for those two. Talking about heart on my sleeve, everybody knows I grew up a Kiss fan, and I got to go with Kiss. Watching You, 1974, killer riff. Neanderthal, powerful, cool.
Neanderthal.
I would agree. Good choice. All right, Eric.
Well, I agree with Butch. I just wanted to go with, what I felt. I know there's hundreds of great riffs, and my biggest concern was what I leave off. But I'm going to start with number 10. I'm going with 1971 as well. Hocus Pocus by Focus.
Nice.
Good one. Yep.
Yep.
Good one.
Yep.
Jan Eckerman.
Yeah, that's right. Jim.
I am going to go with probably kind of predictably for me. Do You Feel Like We Do, Peter Frampton?
Neat.
The live version.
Yeah, it's got to be the live version.
They're both great, but the original version was 73 or 74, and then the live was 76. The live version, is probably the definitive. So,
yeah.
Cool. My number 10. Dun, 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 dun. Aqualung, Jethro Tull.
There you go.
Martin Barr.
good
Martin
one.
Barr. Back to Butch.
Massive riff.
All right.
Yes.
Going to 1977. Uli Roth, The Sails of Charon from Scorps.
Oh, nice.
That's just you just hear the name, you can hear it in your head.
Oh, yeah.
So that's a classic one. So,
We all want to do that kind of like.
yeah.
On my runner-ups.
So this is my number 9 as I cross it off now.
Yeah.
And you know what's cool about doing something like this? It's like I have such a big honorable mention list, and I did that on purpose. So like if someone picks one of mine, I'm just going to reach into my honorable mention bag and just replace it. So
Good idea.
When we get to the 7.
Sales of Sharon was on my list, so you won't be hearing that from me now.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Sean, back to you.
Frankenstein, Edgar Winter, 1972.
Didn't think of that.
Good one.
Damn, that's
Name the guitar player though. Come on.
It's Hang On Sloopy, that guy.
Rick Derringer.
Rick Derringer, yep.
Yep.
Name the bass player.
Dan
Bill Church.
Dan Hartman.
Oh, you're right. I remember seeing the video wearing like he could have been in LaBelle.
Well, I remember he had that one.
Been.
Remember he had that one get up where the bass was attached to the jumpsuit and it had like shaped like a moon.
Yes.
Yeah. 1970s, man.
There are some epic versions of that from Midnight Special and other shows, and they're unbelievable, man. They're completely live. Edgar Winter throws his keyboard on the floor. It's so if you get a minute, look them up. They're really great.
Oh, he's all over the place. One minute he's playing sax, next minute he's playing the keyboard, which that was before keytars and shit.
Right.
A few guys like him just went to the hardware store and bought a couple big kind of loops and screwed them in the end and hung it on there. 50 pounds of this shit, and it worked.
Then he plays the timbales and the sax.
Right? Yeah, the drum solo. Man,
Crazy.
cool.
Out of 70s.
Very
All
cool.
right, Hack, number 9.
Number 9, another one of my favorite bands, Hellbent for Leather, Priest, 78.
Nice.
I didn't even think about that one. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Eric.
My number 9, Richie Blackmore, Deep Purple, Burn.
Pete, I guess we can take that off our list now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying, let's.
I didn't put it on the list because I knew you guys were going to cover it. Originally, it was. Yeah.
I thought it would be a little bit later.
Yeah.
And I know, Pete, for you, I know you and I both were going to have it. It's just a matter of who went first.
As you can guess, it's later on in my list, but not anymore. I'll take it. Yeah,
I'm taking it off too.
Yeah, of course. It had to be on mine, right? I mean, without a doubt. I figured it would be on Butch's too. All right, Jim.
10 Years Gone by Led Zeppelin. And I'm going to say some of these songs are riff orgies where they have more than one great riff. So the beginning, the softer part, and then they're both amazing. That song is just an orgy of great riffs. So 10 Years Gone, Led Zeppelin, 1975.
Epic.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to Page and like Iommi and a couple others, there's so many to choose from. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, how about a little Rock the Nation by Montrose?
Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't even think about that either.
One of the great album openers of all time.
Absolutely.
Killer riff. Killer riff. Back to Butch.
Sorry, Pete. It has to be the live version. There's no reason to ever play this from the studio version. 1979, Michael Schenker, Rock Bottom.
Yep.
Well, it comes off
another one off my list.
Thanks.
I picked a different one.
You made a mistake. Let me go first.
All right. Come on, what do you got?
I'm going to go with Red from King Crimson, 1974-ish, I think. One of the proto-metal riffs, if there ever was one.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff. All right, Hack.
So this is, I think, Aerosmith's heaviest song, and it's a deep cut. It's on Toys in the Attic, and the song is called No More, No More.
Oh, I love
That's not
that
their
song.
heaviest song.
Killer.
I love that song, though.
It's
I
killer.
love that song.
Boom, boom, boom. Oh, killer.
And the best is, I think, Steven Tyler's intro for Donington. That's how he introduces it. This is my favorite Aerosmith song, and then they kick into the riff.
Oh, that's cool.
So very cool.
Nice. All right, Eric.
My number 8 is Rush, Passage to Bangkok, 1976. Alex Lifeson.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Nice.
That's a good one. All right, Jim.
I'm gonna go Captain Obvious on this one. Jailbreak, Thin Lizzy.
Yeah.
I love that riff.
Great riff.
See, I don't even consider that. Well, I guess technically it is, but I don't even think of that as a riff. To me, that's just like a chord progression. So that's why I don't even think like that when I think riff.
We had this kind of discussion in the last one.
Yeah.
Riff, what's a chord progression?
Listen, it's Lizzie. I'm not.
Yeah, no. I asked that question, like, if you're like Highway to Hell, for instance, is chords, but some people
technically
are a riff. I mean, so I'm considering it a riff, but it is really more of a chord progression, but it's kind of both. I don't know.
I don't know. To me, if it's a guitar part that everybody knows and everybody remembers the song by it for that I always consider it a riff.
Yeah, I thought riffs single notes, but it's not the case in this show anyway.
Well, Jim, thank you for saying Lizzie. I from my heart, I appreciate that. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. My next choice is a band that's got a ton of them, and I have two of them listed on my little sheet here, but I'm only going to mention one. Budgie, Bread
Oh
Fan.
shit.
Yeah.
It was either that or In for the Kill. I love them both, but I'll go with Bread Fan. That's the more notable song, and it's, I mean, you know, we know how much Metallica love that song and that riff. So yeah, so Bread Fan by Budgie.
And you know, it's funny that you said In for the Kill. I heard Van Halen's cover of that first, and I didn't know. I have the bootleg from '75, and I had no idea whose song that was. I knew it wasn't theirs, and I had to like look it up, just putting in the words just to see if I could figure out who it was. So that's a heavy song for back then, man.
Oh, In for the Kill, yeah, that's a Neanderthal riff for you right there.
Oh man, it's just woof.
Yep. All right, number 7, Butch, back to you.
I actually in my butcher shop group today, I've been doing single live albums, and so today was this guy, Robin Trower. So Bridge of Sighs, the riff from Bridge of Sighs from '74. That's just slow. I mean, you talk about, you know, the introduction of, I guess, the chorus, or as he used it, the vibe. That tone. You hear that, you hear the name of that, and you can hear the swirling. And I'm coming in, just doing a little trill, and then that riff, and it's just that sonic tapestry. It's like, oh, what's this?
Yeah,
Good.
it's great. Yeah. That's what it is.
Oh man,
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Sean.
What is this? Number 7?
Yeah.
I'm going with Foreplay from Boston.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a great riff.
Yeah, I agree. I would agree. Good one. Hack.
Well, staying on the Robin Trower train, how about Whiskey Train, Procol Harum, 1970?
oh
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
A great riff, man.
That is a good one. Yeah, before he broke out on his own. Good call.
Yep.
Good call. Eric.
All right, I'm going to follow Hack with his Aerosmith, and this one's from 1976. That dirty little riff, Last Child.
Oh, that's not what I thought you were going to say.
Well, I was going back and forth. I was also going to say combination, but I love Last Child.
Didn't expect that one either. Well, it's great though.
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Jim.
Okay, my next choice was, being that someone already said it, it was going to be Hellbent for Leather, Judas Priest, but I'm going to swap it out with one of my runner-ups. And it's not really a runner-up. This Kid's by UFO.
Yeah.
What version though?
The live version, of course.
Oh boy.
That's right.
Tricky to play. I love playing it. It's kind of tricky, but a great one. You know, Rock Bottom is an obvious number one. So I'm trying to go away from obvious, but I've always loved This Kid's. It's a great riff.
Yeah. And honestly, Jim, I like This Kid's way more than I like Rock Bottom as a song, to be honest with you. But just riff wise, I had to go with Rock Bottom.
Yeah, it's too classic not to.
This Kid's is very underrated.
Oh God, dude. That and Mother Mary back to back.
Mother Mary,
and they're both from the studio. So
yeah. All right, my number 7 was originally Sails of Sharon, so I'm going to replace it with BTO Not Fragile.
Yes.
Good one.
Yes.
Speaking of Neanderthal.
Exactly. I knew my Canadian friend there would enjoy that. So,
God, and the vocal on that song is just incredible, man.
BTO, if Grizzly Adams could play guitar. That's what's
exactly. So freaking heavy, man. It's crazy.
Oh, I love that.
Love it.
Awesome.
Love it. All right. Number 6, Butch, back to you.
1976. You know that I had to have something from them in here somewhere. So here's my Lizzie pick. So 76, Black Rose. Gary Moore, just owning.
Yeah, yes indeed.
I can't believe you didn't pick the Robbo Gorham riff. Surprised.
I have one on my list, on my honorable mentions list. I almost want to say I like it better, but Black Rose, I mean, because it starts with that. It's just like bam, and there's the riff. The other song that I had, it almost starts with it. It's
At 25 seconds in, right?
Yeah, there's a little bit of a delay before it gets to that riff, and so that's what made me not put it on this list. But yeah, Black Rose. What did I say? 76? What the hell am I talking about? 76, 79. Holy shit! Where the hell's my head? God damn.
On the next pick, maybe.
I don't know what I was thinking with 76. So yeah, 79 Black Rose, Scary Moore, and Scott Gorham's in there someplace, I guess. But that song is pretty much all Gary.
That's all him. Yep.
Woo.
All right, Sean.
Number 6, I'm going to go with Into the Void from Black Sabbath.
I have that on honorable mentions.
Yeah, I mean, it's
so
tough
many.
to just pick one riff from them, but that popped into my head right away. You know, it was when he started tuning down, and it's just like the most heavy riff ever. Menacing.
That is.
Yeah.
Absolutely crushing. God, Iommi's got so many of them.
The
That was the
invention-
hardest for me. Picking a Tony riff was really hard.
And that's the invention of Doom right there, that album.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Doom and stoner metal, it's like that album invented it. So
Yep. Hack.
All right. About a little Led Zeppelin. Kashmir.
Somebody better say that.
I had it. I picked 10 years out, 10 years gone instead.
See, but to me, like I said before, to me that falls into that. I'm not saying anything about your pick. I love that song, obviously, but to me it was a chord kind of thing. So that's why my head didn't go in that direction.
Yeah.
But that's phenomenal.
Yeah. Absolutely. Legendary. Eric.
My number 6, I'm going Prague, 1971. Yes, Heart of the Sunrise.
Ooh.
Yeah, one of their best riffs. You know, they aren't really a riffy band per se, but
No.
occasionally when they went there, they did it great.
That was on my original list.
Yeah, it's a great one. Jim.
Okay, of the many, many, many Sabbath riffs I could pick, I'm just going to go super obvious and this is the most beautiful Sabbath riff ever. It's just so great. Still to this day, when you hear that kick drum start and he plays that riff, it's just the world's falling apart. It's great. So Iron Man by Black Sabbath.
Cool.
Nice little effect you had there on the.
Yeah, not quite Ozzy, but
It's all right. It's all right. Close enough. All right. My next pick, 1978. Judas Priest off of Stained Class. Saints in Hell.
Good one.
Nice.
Very nice one. Very nice.
Thank you. All right, Butch, back to you. Number 5.
Is this 6 or 5?
5?
6?
5?
5.
Because I didn't cross out Black Rose, that's why. So another live album. I have the studio record too, but it's the live album that means everything to me. Pat Travers from Go For What You Know, Getting Better.
Oh, yeah.
That riff, him and Thrall and then Aldridge in the background just killing, and Mars Cowling as well. But yeah, that's just a really cool, funky, because he was, to me, one of those guys that was the blender of funk into hard rock. He did a lot of that stuff, and that song is very, very funky.
yeah.
So
And you gotta love a song that says Irish Setter. Betting all the time.
Hey, I couldn't think of anything else that rhymed. Let's say this.
By the way, before I forget, so Butch, on Monday night's show, when you were talking about Speak of the Devil being one of your 4 favorite live albums of all time, you then never said the other 3, and there were like half a dozen people were like, what are the other 3? We want to know.
No one asked, so that's why I didn't say anything.
Like,
I bet I
think
know.
most of us know them, but I think that the viewers
Yeah.
want to know, so you might as well put them out there now.
So Speak of the Devil, Pat Travers, Go For What You Know, UFO Strangers in the Night, and Thin Lizzy's Live and Dangerous.
Yeah, I was right.
I can never, if you had $1 million, well, if you had $1 million, I think I probably could figure out something, but it would be really, really difficult for me to have to pick one out of those 4 as my favorite. It would be really hard,
They're all great.
but yeah. And out of those 4, I've had the longest relationship with Strangers in the Night. So that would, if I had to pick, gun to my head, it would probably be that, because there hasn't been a month since May of 1979 when my mom bought me that record when I was 12 years old. There has not been a month since then I haven't listened to something from that album. So if I had to, that would probably be it, because it's just Schenker. That was my introduction to Schenker. I had no idea who he was, anything about him, and was just floored. So those are the other three.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah. I agree. All right, where do we leave off? Sean.
Well, let's just say Black Betty had a child and the damn things ran wild.
Oh, nice one.
Ram Jam. I don't know what year that is. 70. Oh, hold on a second. How about 72-ish? Yeah.
I love that song.
And for the longest time, I didn't know that was a cover.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, is it?
Right?
I didn't even know that till now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Who
Old
originally
blues
did
cover.
it?
It's like an old blues song, right?
Yeah, it's an old blues cover. I don't remember who did it.
Tell us in the comments, folks.
Who?
Yeah.
He said, tell us in the
Oh, in
comments.
the comments.
Yeah. I'm sure some folks will clue us.
In fact,
It
the last
sounded
time
like
I
you said-
saw Pat Travers, they played that, and it was amazing.
Right. I saw him do that. Yeah. A couple, like 5 years ago.
Yeah, like 5-6 years ago. Yeah.
What, at Brian's backyard?
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was amazing.
That tune's
bet
pretty
it was.
tricky. I mean, there's a lot of stops and starts in that
Yeah.
that you got to really nail.
Wow.
For a hit
I-
song, it's pretty damn
Involved, yeah.
involved. Yeah.
I have the original 45 still that I bought as a kid. I still have it.
Of Ram Jam.
Yeah.
What does the rest of the album sound like? That's what I want to know.
I've never heard it.
It's good. It's good. Their second album is much better. The first album is kind of like boogie type, type of stuff, and the second album is really heavy. Second album is
Really?
good. Yeah.
That's
I have a question. Were there any notable people that went on and did stuff from that band?
No.
I don't
No,
think
they
so.
just, that was it.
Yeah, I think we would have known.
Yeah.
That was their first album?
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
You know what, Butch, what's weird about it is I always mix them up with Rubicon, who, as you know, and I was like, I remember seeing Rubicon, like it had Brad Gillis was in Rubicon, like
Mm.
And Jack
what a
Blade.
strange.
And Jack Blade with big ass glasses.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Playing the, you know what though? I'll say this: if you guys have never heard Rubicon, and people know Jack Blades as a songwriter, Jack Blades was playing his fucking ass off on those two Rubicon records. Basically, he's slapping and popping all over the place.
Jesus, really?
I kid you not.
I gotta go check him out now.
Didn't
yeah.
he played it when he was doing Night Ranger? He was always playing with his thumb, but I
Well,
never heard him slap
he
before.
wears a thumb pick.
Okay.
He wears a thumb pick. But I mean, this is a completely different player on those Rubicon records.
Okay.
It's night and day. It's almost like listening to Louis Johnson playing, and then he became Jack Blades on Night Ranger stuff where he was singing more, so he kind of had to focus more. But man, yeah, he's wow.
Okay.
Yeah, the Gillis doesn't do a hell of a lot on those albums,
No.
but
There's a couple of
they're
stuff.
fun. It's kind of like funky horn stuff, It's
They're good.
Yeah, it's good for what it is. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both pretty good. They were pretty good. All right, where did we leave off?
I'm sorry, I come in. We start talking about music, and I go over here and over.
Yeah, I think I was the last one to go.
Yeah, Sean,
Okay,
Yeah, I think so too. All right, Hack, what do you got?
and, yeah, so this song's been played to death. But I always dug the riff, and every time I hear the riff and with the drums intro, it still gets me. And this is not the Run DMC version, by the way. This is the original Aerosmith version of Walk This Way, off Toys in the Attic 75.
I knew someone was going to say that.
Yeah,
That's-
yeah.
Just a fantastic riff, man. And talk about sort of the funk rock thing. That's pretty early on too, 75.
It is.
So there you go.
Choice. Good
It was
choice.
it was a little too commercial for me to say it, but I figured someone would say it. It is a great one for sure.
It is. Yep.
Great guitar tone too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, his heart tone on that record is insane. Yeah.
Right.
All right, Eric.
We are number 5.
Yep.
I'm going with George Harrison. What is life? I love that riff.
Ooh.
Da-da-da-da,
Oh, is that the name of the song?
That's a great
I know
song.
I veered off the path a little. I love
I
the
was,
riff.
about, I was about to say I don't think I've ever heard that until someone hummed it. I'm like, oh, I know that one.
Yeah.
I
See,
didn't know that
you
was
know
the
the
name of
riff.
song.
Yep.
You know the riff, Butch.
I do not.
And you know, a good runner-up from that album would be Wah Wah.
Yeah, WoW was cool
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I've heard that one.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I'll check it out after.
Good choice, Eric. All right, Jim.
Okay, because we had this discussion about what is a riff and what is a chord progression, I'm going to name two from the same album. If you're going to acceptable as chords as riffs, Don't Fear the Reaper, Blue Oyster Cult. If it's more of a notey thing, I'm going to go with ETI.
Both great.
Both
Both
great
great.
riffs.
Yeah.
Thank you for mentioning Buck
I'll go-
Dharma.
I'll go, I'll do a Pete and pick two for one. So
There you go.
okay, ETI and Don't Fear the Reaper.
I have a Buck Dharma on my honorable mentions. Neither one of those though.
Right on.
I love Buck. That's awesome.
Yeah. All right, my number 5. I got to get some Jimmy Page in here. How about The Ocean by Led Zeppelin from,
Oh yeah.
Houses of the Holy, 1973.
One of the best. Yeah, definitely
Yeah, love
on
it.
the short list.
Yeah. All right, Butch. The top.
Sorry,
4.
Pete. Sorry, Pete. You can cross this one off. 1976, Richie Blackmore, Starstruck.
There's a lot to choose from. There's a lot of Richie things to choose from, so I'm not worried. I got some up my sleeve here. So
I figured you
one.
probably did.
yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, Sean.
I'm going to go with a fusion pick, one of the most obvious fusion tunes, Stratus, Billy Cobham, with the late Tommy Bolin on guitar.
Yeah.
Ba-doo-dat and doo-doo, ba-doo-doo-doo, ba-doo-doo and doo-doo, whip-it and doo-doo.
That was my Fusion Friday pick last week.
That's Yeah,
great
that's-
stuff.
bitching. Quadrant 4 on there too. That's smoking, but
Yep.
let's save that for another list.
All right, Hack.
So my number 4, another Jimmy Page, and the riff kind of comes in a little, not right at the beginning, but once it comes in, it's absolutely killer. Talking about the Rover.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
almost picked that one.
Another fun one to play, man.
Not, oh man, it's just that swagger, the groove. My God.
that's what it's all about right there, man.
Yep. All right, Eric.
Well, I'm going with the same album as Hack did. I'm going with Kiss from 1974, but I'm going with Parasite from
There it
Higher.
is. There it is.
That
There it is.
Killing me.
was on the long list. Yeah.
I knew that was coming.
Best 3 notes ever played, right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right, Jim.
Oh, is it my turn? Okay. Let's continue with Kiss, shall we? I'm gonna go do a Pete thing again and pick 2.
2 in a row.
There's too many choices for Kiss. I mean, come on.
Yes.
So my favorite are Deuce.
Oh,
And again, talking of riff songs that are riff orgasms, the whole song is amazing riffs. The beginning, the main riff to the chorus, all of it. And then my second one in this is She by Kiss. Also another one.
Yeah.
Riffs all over the place, all over the song.
Jim's going to end up having 25 out of this 10.
Yeah, she was on my list. I think. So didn't someone mention Watching You already?
yeah, Hack did. I
Yeah,
think.
watching
Yeah,
you.
I had both of those on my honorable mentions. I love them both. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, since Rock Bottom has already been taken, and God, there's so many other Schenker riffs, and I can't wrap my head around it right now. I'm going to do a twofer here.
Here's the
How about
Pardo.
Roger Fisher and Nancy Wilson from Heart, Crazy on You, and Barracuda.
Yep.
Because they're both great, and got to have 2 to replace Schenker. So I'm figuring,
And you know what? I'm glad that you said Barracuda. I wasn't even thinking down that road either, but people never realize how much Roger Fisher really invented metal, 80s metal at least, the gallop. He was like the first guy to do that fucking gallop.
This flight tonight, Nazareth, was that before or after?
I'd be lying to you if I said I knew. I
it
only know whatever.
was just before.
Well, I will say Achilles' Last Stand, which is where that kind of actually
That's after.
Yeah.
that's after.
That's after.
Presence.
And it's with so much, they're so similar. It's weird that came first. Yeah.
I think the point here is that Roger Fisher is a vastly underrated guitar player.
Oh,
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep. Agreed.
amazing player.
I mean,
Yes.
how about Sing Child, man? That riff on that, just unbelievable.
Very unorthodox player too.
Yeah.
He was but
Yeah,
man,
the solos in Magic Man, he's tuned to the high string is tuned to a G.
yeah.
I always wonder, how does he play that? It's like because he tuned different. Very cool, like
He
in the
cheated.
bending up and down with both guitars.
Yeah.
Very
that's great.
inventive stuff.
It was
Yeah,
very cool.
absolutely.
And he wore a kimono.
Yes.
That's right.
Like Alex Lifeson. So
And Les Binks.
yeah, I want to bring the kimono back. I think
Someone
I think you can do it, Jim.
I might do it. Maybe
I have
after the
confidence.
show,
You
like,
can
I
do
come
it.
out-
We're all tired of jeans and t-shirts, right? So
Yeah.
kimonos. Yeah. All right, Butch. Number 3.
Oh boy. 1978. Atomic Punk.
I knew that was coming.
Edward. Because you get a double intro with that one. You get the whole scratching thing, which is badass all by itself, and then the riff comes in, and you're just staggered because he's already got you like, what's that? And then the real riff comes in, you're like, whoa. So yeah, no doubt.
I left Van Halen alone because I knew this would be your corner.
Yeah, I'll take this.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Sean.
We were talking about some people that were kind of helped invent metal, and I got to toss Brian May in that pile too. I mean,
without a doubt.
That total chugging on the E string kind of thing. He was one of the first guys to really make some great riffs out of that. And then just some of his other riffs, I have to say, Stone Cold Crazy.
Oh, great.
That's just, that's such an important kind of thing. And you can see why Metallica covered it. It's just perfect for a metal band to play.
How about Son and Daughter from the first Queen?
And close runner up, Now I'm Here.
Yeah.
It's got another great riff,
Tie Your Mother Down.
Yeah.
Keep Yourself Alive.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what it is like May, like you're absolutely right. He wrote so many great heavy metal riffs, but he didn't seem like he wanted it. You know what I mean? All the work is right there in front of you, 4 or 5 records of all these great metalish riffs, but he never took ownership of it. You know what I mean?
Well, him and Tony Iommi were pretty tight, so maybe he just
Absolutely.
felt like, let my bro take care of this. He's got it.
But he loved doing them because you look at all the latter period Queen albums, you always got at least 1 or 2 big heavy riff tunes on there and written by him. So it's
Right.
like, it's almost like he wanted to, but he was just like, not really what we do. But he was the man to do it.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, yeah, it's kind of like Queen had so many different things going on. It's kind of like, yeah, well, I'm the metal flavor of this, and then you have all this other stuff. So
Well, some songs had a little of everything, like Bohemian Rhapsody,
But you know what I'm saying? It's like you never really, I guess in guitar player circles, we all knew, but he never took the ownership that was due to him for him to say, hey, I'm a hard rock metal guy too. You know what I mean? He never really got into any of that stuff. He just did what he did and threw it out there, and then, okay, here it is. That's it. And he kind of backed off.
Yeah, well, especially
mean?
those first 3 records, there's some riffs that stand up with the best of any metal band.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
yeah, he's humble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's an
British.
astrophysicist.
And he's an astrophysicist.
Yeah, just
And he
toss
built
that
his
on.
own guitar.
Yes. yes.
That's right.
All right, Hack, back to you.
All right. I can't believe this band has not been mentioned because they've got some of the tastiest riffs out there. And
I'm waiting for you to say the song that I have on my honorable mention. So go ahead.
I'm talking ZZ Top, 1972. Just Got Paid.
Hell yeah.
That's not where I was. That's not what I was thinking.
That is a
totally
groove.
forgot about them. Yep.
That is such a groove, man.
Killer.
Don't. Oh my God.
I love fucking Billy, man. That's yeah.
Good call. Good call. All right,
Absolutely.
Eric.
I'm going to follow Butch up because you can't do 70s without Van Halen, but I'll go Van Halen 2. And this is more of a chord than a riff chord progression, but I love the intro to Somebody Get Me a Doctor.
Yes. Yep.
Eric, you don't even understand. That's it. that is where my life. I was already into a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have been into at 12 years old when I found this record, but that song is what started everything for me. Everything. Those first three chords, god damn.
It's crazy. And you know what kind of got me back into it was Dweezil Zappa. I went and saw Dweezil Zappa and they played that and I was like, holy, and plus I hadn't listened to Van Halen 2 probably in 10 years, came home and played that for weeks afterwards. But
can I delete him out of here? Is there a way that I can click him off? You haven't listened to it. Remember what I said about the UFO thing? I have listened to something every month. My mom bought me Van Halen 2 and Strangers in the Night the same day.
Same day?
Same. This is what I'm saying. Life altering. You don't understand. There has not been a month in my life since May of 1979 that I have not listened to something from this guy, from Van Halen 2 and Strangers in the Night.
wow.
I swear on my mom, there has not
Believe
been
you.
a single month since then, since 1979. So believe me, I understand what you're saying about that song. Woof.
Well, I say Rod Stewart says our first cut is the deepest, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Point of entry to heavy rock. You know,
Yeah.
that's what you remember the most. So, and they're good ones. So obviously.
Right. All right, Jim, number 3. What do you got?
Another one where the entire song are amazing riffs everywhere. Carry On Wayward Son, Kansas.
Oh
I
yeah,
wondered if Kansas was going to show up.
Yeah.
You didn't say it, I would have.
forget that.
That song, yeah, it's full of great riff. Every part of it's a great riff.
Yeah, everything's a riff. Yeah,
Everything's a riff or a hook.
that's right.
And that's such an amazing arrangement. You know, you get these time signature changes and modulations and all this cool shit. You ever notice how Kansas, when they go to a guitar solo, they always modulate to another key and give you a new riff you never heard before? I love that.
Absolutely.
Bucket full of riffs.
Yep. All right, my number 3 just barely makes it into the 1970s. Starts off with a little bit of cowbell. How about a little Mississippi Queen by Mountain Leslie West?
Yeah.
Forgot that one. That's a great one.
Yep.
Oh, that's a good one.
Early. All right, Butch, number 2.
Edward Van Halen, 1979, Light Up the Sky, Van Halen 2. My favorite song of all time. So, and again, that's another one that you kind of get 2 riffs in one. You get the whole as it goes down, and then the actual riff comes in. So, God, that song is one of those songs that just makes me so happy every time I hear it. Just brilliant and heavy. I think that's probably the heaviest Van Halen song ever.
Yeah, one of, yeah.
Yep.
I'm a spark on the horizon. Good
All right,
one.
Sean.
Number 2, Pictures of Home, Deep Purple.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So many good ones, but that one's just a little different. You know, he does a lot of those little kind of 2-note ones like Smoke on the Water, and this is more like a melody. It's kind of a riff. Great one. Kind of epic.
All right, Hack.
All right. Well, Rock Bottom was taken.
Sorry.
That's all right. So I'm gonna go to one of my honorable mentions from this band right here, Xanadu. Farewell to Kings.
I almost picked that.
That is like all riffs. Like it just keeps going on.
It's a plethora of riffs.
It's a plethora of riffs.
Riff.
Yeah.
At this concert, which I didn't realize was their farewell at the time, but when Alex came out with that double neck, the white double neck, what is it, whatever the SG thing, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna play Xanadu. I was like a little girl screaming.
Oh, they both brought out the double necks. Geddy hadn't played one in decades, and he had a new one, or new Rickenbacker one. And I love how, you know, they were kind of deconstructing the stage as time went back.
Yeah.
That was
you
the
know?
coolest.
And
That's
it totally
cool.
looked like they were in some little 1,000-seat old theater, you know. And it just, that was kind of my favorite part of the show, I think.
That was an amazing show. I didn't say, you know, he didn't bring out the double neck when I saw him though. It was only Alex brought it out. So I missed it.
They always have the double necks on that song. I saw them do that song on that tour.
Because I took photos of every bass. Maybe I missed that picture because I took photos of every guitar.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I saw them at the
always
garden.
bring them
I
out
don't remember.
together. Yeah.
They
They always
switch guitars from songs. Anyways, yeah, is that you?
And I know I still remember seeing them in '79 on Hemispheres and them doing that
Yeah, I know they used to do it. Yeah.
with kimonos. By
I
the
was
way.
just gonna say with the kimonos, right? Yeah.
that was the height of kimono-dom. right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The red on Alex and Getty would wear a white one.
The old days. Eric.
Yes.
Well, I've had a bunch taken, so I'm going to my honorable mentions for this one. And the first thing that caught me on this one, it's just a riff that I'll never forget. And for a song that got played on the radio so much, it has one of the best guitar solos. And so you can throw some arrows, but I'm going with the Knack, My Sharona.
I love the Knack.
Yeah.
I'll be
Good
the
one.
first one to tell you.
I didn't know how that'd be accepted, but
At the time, as a kid, with the skinny tie thing, it was, I'm
I'm
But
with you. Me too. I didn't like them at the time, but come
If
on.
you like power pop, there is nothing wrong with them.
I bought that out when it came
and
out.
that's just banging on an octave. There's so many great riffs that are just about banging on an octave.
Immigrant Song,
Song,
the
the
Wanton
Wanton
Song.
song.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, the wontons. Yeah.
so just with the right syncopation, it's so catchy.
Yep.
Yeah. That's in our bar band repertoire. We play that every week, pretty much.
Good one.
Nice.
People
Great
dig it.
solo too.
the solo's fantastic.
Solo's incredible in that.
I'm not gonna claim to play it note for note. Because it'd take me 20 minutes just to get through it. But, yeah.
Jim, number 2.
Okay, my number 2 is probably to me the ultimate 70s hard rock song, and even made it even better when they used it in the final scene of the greatest movie ever, Dazed and Confused, Slow Ride by Foghat.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I mean, you just want to light a joint when you hear that song, right? I mean, I know I do. So yeah,
That's
Slow Ride, Foghat.
yeah, very cool.
Rod Price.
Yep. All right. So we have arrived at number 2, and it's got to be Mr. Blackmore, and I still don't know which one I'm going to pick. So I'm not going to belabor it too much, and I'm going to throw out Man on a Silver Mountain by Rainbow from the first Rainbow album.
Great one.
Look out.
Yeah.
Great one.
With a little runner-up, Black Knight by Deep Purple.
There you
That's
go.
a cool one too.
I think also
Good
just
one.
squeaks in there at early 1970. So back to Butch, number 1. Here we go.
Well, I'm doing a trifecta of Edward from the '70s because Edward was fierce, and like I said in the beginning, these are all about the songs and riffs that make me happy. And this, again, when this comes on, it makes me grin ear to ear, and just his tone and his ferocity. I'm the one.
Yeah.
Great.
There's nothing you can say about that. That's a tricky riff.
Can you
He's
play
got-
it?
I can play it when I'm in that mode because it's all right hand. If
Oh
you
my
can get
God.
into that Billy Gibbons, just kind of, because you can't just play it without bopping your head and everything. You have to be. It's a whole body thing. And
Yeah.
God damn that. I mean, everything about that song. That if you had to play one song for someone that's okay, who's this Eddie Van Halen guy? I don't know him. That would be the song you'd play because that riff. He's got 3 solos in it. But yeah, that riff in the beginning, man, goddamn, that's just unstoppable.
Cool. All right. Sean.
I'm going to go with, for my number 1, Roundabout from Yes.
Yeah.
It's full of great riffs, especially that one in the middle. That's almost a metal riff. Da, 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 da. Chunky, chunky, chunk. You could really turn up the gain on that and metal that one out
Yeah.
if you're in the mood.
Yeah.
Cool. That's good to see Steve Howe represented quite a bit today. Very cool. Hack, what do you
You
got?
got so many good ones.
Yeah.
Well, my number 1 was Parasite.
Wah, wah, wah.
So I'm gonna go to my mentions here, and I'm gonna pull a Sabbath because I haven't done a Sabbath one yet. I love this riff. It's big and dumb, but it sounds so cool. Symptom of the Universe.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Not dumb at all, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oh, oh man, but it just kills. It kills.
Especially when Brad Gillis does it.
I knew that was coming.
Did you guys like Brad Gillis? Because I got to say, I heard a bootleg of that show, and I was really impressed with how well he played with the Randy stuff.
Yeah, he's a monster.
He's a good player.
Great player. Really great player. Yeah.
I'm at the top of his fan club.
All right, Eric, what's your last choice for today?
So my number one, kind of like what Butch was saying with Van Halen, my memory of this record is going to my buddy's house. He had an older sister, and we used to raid her record collection. And it's from Led Zeppelin 4, and it's Black Dog.
I had
We
that.
just played the hell out of that record, every song on that record. And, you know Iommi is the riff master, but Jimmy Page is right there with him.
I expected that song to be mentioned a long time ago. I have that on my honorable mentions.
Yeah, I almost went with I picked the Ocean over that, but they're both great. Yeah. Jim.
Okay, of course, me being me, the top of my list is always going to be Something by Rush. And tough choices. If I can pick two.
No, you can't. You've already picked 6 doing that.
For crap's sake. All right, Anthem.
See, I knew it. God damn it. Cross that off my list, my honorable mentions list too. Fuck you.
Hey, we got great taste, man. So fast and just so like, oh my God.
Anthem rules.
It
Yeah.
rules.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Well, wait, hold on. Now we got to ask him. Now that I said you couldn't do 2, what was your other one?
Bastille Day.
Nice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Any great riffs in that, the intro and the main part. And, what was mentioned before, Passage to Bangkok and Xanadu, and I could pick any of them.
Yeah,
Rush
there's
is
a
my
lot.
favorite band. So
Yeah.
You have no honorable mentions now because you used them all.
no, I have
You got pages and pages of honorable mentions, I'm sure.
the fucking 70s, man. The honorable mentions list is 100 long.
Yeah.
All right. Well, number one for me has got to be Mr. Tony fucking Iommi, right? So, and I was pulling my hair out trying to figure out which ones to pick. So,
At least you got something to pull.
I was going to say I already did, Pete, so you're okay.
I pulled yours instead. So, yeah. I decided to go with, I'm actually going to give you 2 from Volume 4, Supernaut.
Oh, yeah.
And then from Sabotage, how about a little Hole in the Sky? I don't want to go for the obvious
that
ones.
was
They
good.
all rule, right? But I want
Good.
to
No one got my Iommi and my honorable mention, so that's good.
That's
Really
good.
cool. All right.
I love Hole in the Sky.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody just rattle off a couple honorable mentions. We'll go through the list one more time here. Butch.
I'll go quick. So Styx, Miss America,
Oh, awesome. Yes.
One.
Great choice.
Jeff Beck, Lead Boots.
Yeah.
Great one.
So here's your Iommi, a national acrobat. I love
killer
that.
song. Yeah.
Into the Void, of course. So here's my Blue Oyster Cult one, Bucks Boogie.
Nice.
That's a great one. I'm really surprised no one said Toys in the Attic. I'm surprised no one said Cat Scratch Fever.
Yeah, he was on my list. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
here's 2 that you guys won't say at all. So here's my Lizzie ones. Ballad of a Hard Man, Scott Gorham's riff there. That is a badass riff. And the one that I picked, I picked Black Rose over this, but Opium Trail from Lizzie. I love that. It's just, like I said, for me, it didn't start immediately. So that's what kind of kept me off of it. And I'll be honest with you guys, as much as I love Priest I wasn't even thinking about Priest, which bad on me. But
Thinking of his 80s, right?
well, no, I wasn't even thinking that. They weren't even in my thought at all, honestly. But probably my favorite Priest song, Rock Forever from Hellbent. I love that riff. And that's my favorite Priest guitar tone as well, as I'm Hellbent for Leather.
Yeah. You know why you didn't pick Priest or think of picking Priest? Because all you were thinking about was Van Halen.
Probably.
That's why.
And I only put 3, and I could have probably done a top 10 of just.
That's what I was gonna say, top 10 of Van Halen, Butch.
Believe you me, I could have done the same.
Oh man.
Sean, what do you got?
Well, while we're talking about Priest, Exciter. I think that's a great riff.
I was just gonna say Exciter.
Sabbath, I'm going with one on Never Say Die that nobody ever talks about called Shockwave. Good one. Money from Pink Floyd. Got to admit, it might have been inspired by the bass line, but everybody plays it before it's over. Life's Been Good from Joe Walsh.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice one.
Yeah.
There's one song that nobody has said it, and someone's got to say it in an honorable mention. So I'll wait to the end if no one said it. Someone's got to say this one.
Here's a little less obvious one. Reeling in the Years. Steely Dan.
Good
Great
one.
riff. What's a couple others here? Message in a Bottle. Got to admit, it's a good one.
I love the Police.
Yeah.
I think that's 79. And how about Bitch Is Back, Elton John. Maybe that's more of a chordal
interesting.
thing,
Okay,
but
that's interesting.
and here's a funky one, Shining Star from Earth, Wind and Fire.
That's a great
Wow.
one.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Alrighty. I had to use a few of these because my other ones were taken. But Dancing Days, House of the Holy.
Great one.
That Gad thing. All Right Now, Free.
Yeah.
Nobody
Oh.
mentioned that one.
Yep.
Hair of the Dog, Nazareth.
Yep.
Somebody mentioned Barracuda already. Wonton Song. We kind of mentioned that. Somebody also mentioned the Immigrant Song. Sweet Leaf, Sabbath.
Yep.
I got a couple of BTOs, Let It Ride, and Roll On Down the Highway.
Oh yeah.
And I got to throw in another Kiss, Making Love, man.
That's a great
Killer
one.
riff.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But Hack, I'm surprised. You brought up Free. You missed the big one.
Wishing Well.
Yes.
Mm. Yeah.
Exactly.
Great. Yeah.
Blackfoot does a cool version of Wishing Well.
Who does?
Yeah,
Blackfoot.
Blackfoot.
I've never heard the. I came into that. I never heard the Free version. I came into it from Gary Moore.
Gary Moore. Yeah. Yeah. The Blackfoot one is good too.
Is it
Very
really?
good.
Medlock is cool. I like him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Butch, did you see them open up for UFO at the Palladium? 780?
Who?
Blackfoot.
No,
They
I didn't
opened-
see. I saw Blackfoot in '83.
Okay. No
was-
Place to Run tour. They opened up for UFO at the Palladium.
Really?
Great. They were great.
I bet they were. Both bands.
Good band. Yeah.
Chapman. Woohoo!
Paul Chapman. Fuck yeah, man. Fuck yeah.
Eric, got any?
I got a couple. I got Max Webster, High Class and Borrowed Shoes.
There you go.
Ah, Yeah,
Another
hey.
Kiss, Love Her All I Can from Dress Up.
Yeah.
Tonight.
that was my runner-up.
Oh, forgot
Okay.
that one.
That's a good one. I've got a couple chord-based ones. Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. That's a great
I
intro.
almost said that one. Yeah.
Love is Like Oxygen.
Oh, good man.
That's so simple, but so awesome.
It is.
Yeah, that
And
is.
another curveball maybe, but Nice, Nice, Very Nice by Ambrosia.
Ooh,
Yeah.
one of their proggy tunes.
Yeah. It's a great.
Dude, I love Ambrosia.
I
Yeah.
do too.
High quality.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yep. It's a good one.
Jim.
Oh boy, do I have a list.
You get 2. You've used them all up before. You
Hell
get
no. I got 200. You guys already mentioned Not Fragile. Amazing. Got This Thing on the Move by Grand Funk Railroad.
Yes.
I don't know that one.
Yes.
Oh, Red Album, one of the greatest. So great.
Killer.
I mentioned this kid's Sales of Sharon. That was on my list. It was almost on my top 10. No one mentioned AC/DC.
Those are all chordal riffs.
Riff Raff.
Riff Raff,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Craft is great. Yeah.
Riff Raff. Whole Lot of Rosie.
Yeah.
There's a couple of good ones.
Yeah.
Sin City.
I'm surprised no one said Riff Raff. You're right.
Riff
That's
Raff
is
is
terrific.
a
that's
great
a
song to
badass
color.
one.
My man Frank Marino, I'm going to go Dragonfly and The Answer, amongst
Thank you.
many, but
Both my two favorite Mahogany Rush songs. So thank you.
fucking great. Lover All I Can was mentioned. Man on the Silver Mountain. Stargazer, great riff. Adam's Apple by Aerosmith, one of my favorites.
Yes. Yeah.
See, but the Stargazer one gets trumped because Cozy is the real intro. So to me, that's all I hear. Cozy. Whatever comes after that is like, okay, that's cool, but it was about Cozy.
The guitar riff is fucking amazing, right?
Oh yeah.
It is. Now that you say that, you're right. It is.
And Funk 49 by the James Gang.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, no one has said the song yet that I've been waiting for.
All right, hold on. Well, maybe I'll have it. I probably not, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, how about Stranglehold by Ted Nugent?
Oh,
Yeah. Oh man, yeah.
what about that one early and I left it off?
Yeah, I thought, yeah, shit. That's great.
God of Thunder by Kiss.
It's a good one.
One that I love, and again, the main riff comes like 20 seconds into the song. Emerald by Thin Lizzy. Jesus. Another one. Gotta fit this Rush one in there because Working Man.
Almost picked that too.
Another
Yeah.
dinosaur riff. Yeah, I love it.
Or
Yeah.
What You Doing, right?
What, yeah.
What You
what's
Doing
that?
Is great too. ZZ Top, Brown Sugar.
Oh,
Again, but it comes way later. He does all
Yeah,
that kind
yeah.
of bluesy shit at the beginning.
yeah.
And then one last Blackmore one for today, Stormbringer by Deep Purple.
Oh God.
So what was it? What was it? Which we're all gonna kill ourselves now.
Well, I guess it's not really a hard rock song. It's a classic rock song, but we all know it. We've all heard it a bazillion
Layla?
times. No. Life in the Fast Lane.
Wait, I know.
Yeah.
Na, 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 ba, da, da, Rocky Mountain Way.
No.
No?
Life in the Fast Lane.
Life in the Fast Lane.
It's a great riff.
Yeah, that's a killer riff. Yeah.
That is-
on mission at.
I
And
thought you were
because-
going to say
Nobody mentioned the Stones. How about Bitch? That right at the beginning of the decade. So-
Yeah. Yeah.
I got a good one. No one mentioned. Stay With Me by Faces.
Yes.
yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a great song. Yeah.
This
is Superstition considered a keyboard riff?
No, that's a great riff, man.
I was going to say Jeff Beck.
Jeff
made
Beck did it
the
exactly.
guitar.
Beck did it, so it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's going to be interesting is we're going to see down in the comments after this video airs, we're going to see all these other ones. And we're like, shit, how do we forget that one, right?
How'd you idiots forget this?
I'm going to say this one right now because I don't want to hear anyone say this because I can't. Well, I don't know if it would have made my list, but it could have been 11. It could have been 6. So back to the ZZ Top thing, Waiting for the Bus.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I had somebody go with cheap sunglasses.
That's
Yeah.
a great riff too.
Mhm.
But Waiting for the Bus. To me, all my stuff, all the ones that I said I did was ones that make you make a face.
Yeah.
When you hear it, you're like, ooh, that's and Waiting for the Bus does that too.
And speaking of making faces, how about Day of the Eagle by Robin Trower?
Yeah.
I thought of that when I said Bridge of Sighs. I was like, it had to be one or the other.
One or the other, right? Yeah.
And we can't forget any Alice Cooper. There's some good ones.
Oh, No More
$1
Mystery.
Million Babies.
Yeah.
No More Mr. Nice Guy. School's Out.
But like you said, you got a whole decade. We could do this same show for 3 months,
Because
you know,
It's also
and not
like-
repeat.
it's also, you don't want to, because there's the ones that are the most super iconic ones like Smoke on the Water, which no one really picked. But
Yeah, that's true.
and
too.
then there's the ones that you love and the ones that are super, like Kashmir is a super iconic one.
Right.
That's why I went with 10 Years Gone, because
Right.
Someone else was going to pick it or whatever, but
It's
you can
obvious.
pick the most iconic and then your favorites.
Yeah, I think that's an important designation to make, is that these are the ones we really love.
Yeah,
Yeah,
these are
Smoke on the
big.
Water is iconic, but I'm so
Yeah.
fucking sick of it. I don't really want it on my
Yeah,
list.
exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. And,
Yeah.
and,
These are
like,
big
I
favorites.
didn't need to pick 3 Van Halens as my top 3, but they mean the most to me. And there's a lot of other 70s songs that I could have put in there, but I would have felt bad if I took Light Up the Sky out of it. So I had to put it in because I wouldn't have been able to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny. Speaking of smoke on the water, the other day I was sitting early in the morning at the Toyota dealership waiting to get an oil change, and what playing over the sound system, "Smoke on the Water," and I was like, "Ah, that's kind of cool." Even though, if I was driving around the car and I happened to have the radio, I would have turned it right off, right? But sitting in the car dealership, I was like, "Yeah, this is all right,"
Right.
I almost played it. We played a friend of mine's house burnt down recently, and he's okay. But we did a kind of a tribute night where all of our bands got together and played, and we had what we call the fire set, and "Smoke on the Water" was on there, among others.
God.
Oh, what? No, wait a minute. No, you can't just jump off on that. What other songs were on that list? Fire list.
Oh, friggin' fire. And not to be confused with the Bruce Springsteen, "Oh, whoa, whoa, I'm on fire." And what else was on there? I've seen Fire and I've seen Rain.
Light My Fire?
Yeah, Light My Fire was on there. Yeah, he has a good sense of humor, or we wouldn't have gone there. But
The James Taylor "Fire and Rain" is the saddest song of all time.
Oh, "Burning Down the House" was on there too.
He had to have had a good sense of
Then he's
humor
got a
for
sense of
that
humor.
one.
I Melt for You was in there as well.
Crazy World of Arthur Brown, Fire. Did you play that?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
I melt with you.
Hey, Van Halen, you could have done "I'm on Fire."
Yeah.
Ooh, there you go.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's a lot of fire tracks.
Fire by Motorhead.
Yeah, there you go.
We should have done "Firehouse" by Kiss.
Yes.
Ooh, there's a riff too.
That's a great riff too. Yeah.
That's right.
I didn't say "Got to Choose," which is absolutely my
another
favorite
good
Kiss
one.
song.
Yeah.
And that's kind of a
Free
chord
Hotter
thing,
Than
so that's
Hell,
why I didn't
right
do that.
there.
Deuce. I mean, yeah, there's so many of them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Kiss.
fun.
The first 3 Kiss records are just filled with amazing Neanderthal riffs.
That's right.
Yep. Very cool.
Hey, Pete, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
No.
I just want to. No, okay, I'm going to say it anyway. I just want to give a shout out to our boy and congratulations to Rick Labonte, who released his double album.
Yeah.
So, Rick, I know you're
Double
watching.
album?
I just talked to him before. A double album.
Congrats, Rick.
Let's hear it for
Awesome.
Rick, man.
Wow.
Great
That's so-
singer, great artist, great person.
Yeah.
Good review today, too, Pete.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And liner notes written by yours truly. So go check it out. RickLabonte.com. Check out my 12 or 13 minute long review of it this morning. Yeah, it's a really fun album. Really fun. Highly enjoyable. So
Looks like a Roger Dean cover.
Yeah, it's a nice
kind of.
cover.
Yeah, it's got that kind of proggy vibe. It's all
Yeah.
singing. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
You know who's got a new Roger Dean cover? Ann Wilson.
I just heard that today.
Yeah, it's a little different. Look it up.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got a new solo album.
I wouldn't expect that. I like that. I'll check that out. Cool. So there you have it, everybody. Down in the comments below, please list some of your favorite riffs of the 70s. And specifically, I think it'd be cool if you guys pick stuff that we didn't talk about today, because that's what I want to see. So thanks for watching. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Stay tuned. Next month, we're going to do this very same thing again, but we're moving on to the 80s. So our favorite riffs of the 80s coming at you in March. So stay tuned for that. For Butch Jones, Sean Tonar, Guitar Hack, Eric Porter, and Jim Bacchi, I am Pete Pardo. See you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Night. Cheers.